Hey, Connection. As we enter this season of Forward, we're so excited about the opportunity and the challenge to examine what it means to grow in generosity. We know God's calling Connection to be all in this pivotal season of growth. Now, to help us do that, we're providing this commitment card as a tool to help you reflect on what God's calling on you and your family to do. I'm going to take a few moments just to walk through this with you as we consider how God's calling you to give. So if you open up the card, you'll see a worksheet on the inside. We've created this worksheet to help you pray through this commitment. You don't actually have to fill out every line here. The only box we're asking you to fill out for sure is this one at the bottom. Now, our primary goal in this initiative is for 100% engagement, that everyone who calls Connection home would be willing to grow in generosity and engage joyfully in this initiative. Let me walk through the rest of the card with you. The first box at the top says what I or we normally give in 1 year. And this is where you're going to include your typical giving in the course of a year. This Forward initiative includes our total giving, not just our extra or expanded giving. So we want to begin this journey by celebrating what you're already doing in generosity. Now, honestly, for some of you, this first box might not have a number in it yet. That's fine. That means you're beginning a new giving journey for the first time through this initiative, and I think that's awesome. I want to affirm you and celebrate you for this very important step of faith. So the second box says my or our expanded generosity toward Forward. Spend some time praying and asking God how He wants you to grow in this area and expand your generosity. Ask yourself, is giving my first fruits back to God first priority in my life? Just be as honest as you can as you seek to reflect how God is asking you to expand your generosity during this season. We'll then add those first two boxes together, normal giving and expanded annual giving during Forward, and then enter the total in the third box. And then we're going to multiply it by 2 since this is a 2-year initiative. Now the next box is very important. It's the gift from stored resources box. We often consider our generosity in relationship to what we will make in the future. We sometimes don't think about what God's already given us in the past, our stored resources. But to fully engage with what God is doing and to grow in our generosity, you may want to consider stored resources from the past. Everyone has stored resources. For some, that might mean cash savings, property, used car, retirement accounts, stock, really any possession that we have. Maybe make a list of some of your most valuable possessions and begin to work through that list in prayer and ask the Lord, am I honoring you with these resources? Maybe there's stuff in the garage, the basement, the closet, or the attic that you just aren't using anymore. It could keep collecting dust, or it could go on Facebook Marketplace. Whatever stored resources God calls you to include in your commitment to Forward, just enter the total value of those in this box. And then finally, add everything together at the bottom, and this is the total of your 2-year Forward commitment. Ask God, does this commitment reflect that I'm orienting my other priorities around you so that you receive my first and my best? If you're married, I encourage you, pray through this with your spouse. And during this season, make that decision together. And before you write it down, I also want to draw your attention to the back side of this card, to the gift chart. For many of you, this chart could be helpful as you think and pray through what Forward looks like in your life. This represents the kind of gifts that are possible in a church like ours in a season like this. And I'll say this, if you haven't yet prayed about the number you can't do, you probably haven't yet prayed about the number you should do. Allow God to stretch your faith in bold ways while praying through this chart so that we can better make, mentor, and mobilize disciples of Jesus. That's why Kirsten and I have been praying about what God's leading us to do. We love giving to God's work at Connection, and we're in this with you. And while we've been stretched many times before, and we've trusted God many times before throughout our marriage, this Forward initiative is challenging us to give an amount that is larger than anything we've ever given before. Okay. Enter that final number, fill out the info box at the bottom so that you can boldly commit to this initiative. And to be clear, this isn't a legal document. Rather, it's a covenant with God and with your Connection family. We would also love for you to join us for our advanced commitment night on Sunday, March 1st. We'll gather together early to inspire the rest of the church. It'll be a very special evening that you won't want to miss. And then all of us will commit together as a church on March 15th during our normal Sunday service. I believe this will be a defining moment in the life of our church and your walk with Jesus, and I can't wait to see what God is going to do through Connection. I love being your pastor. God bless y'all. I hope to see you soon.